Yo, what's good? Just wanted to come, to make the day 2 video. Pretty much doubled the account in 2 days. Account balance is now sitting at 12K, and obviously, having that, now I can play a little bit more, and I'm gonna be playing a little bit more aggressive and with a little bit more to risk, obviously. Right, initial balance was 2.2K. That transformed into 4K the first day. Then it went to with that 4K, I pretty much made 8K, and then the 4K balance that I mentioned on the previous video got hit on the account. So now we're sitting at 12K. Obviously the investment on the account was 6K, and now the account balance is double that. So as I said, now it comes the real good part, the real good part, which is gonna be the fun shit, and it's gonna be the when I make most money. Why? Because with like 2 to 4K, I can't really risk that much. But with 12K, obviously, I can start risking a lot more, and my trades are gonna be larger, with more contracts, gonna be holding it probably a little bit longer, and gonna be taking less partials, and gonna be, as I said, holding it a little bit longer than usual. Why am I gonna do this? Is basically, because I wanna grow the account. And essentially with 12K in balance and having the power to go, I think I pretty much can go like 20, 25 cons or something like that because of the AMP rules, right? And the margin requirements. So what I'm gonna start doing is, I got a risk management plan. Right now I'm sitting in between phase 1 and phase 2 of the risk management plan, right? Phase 1 was 7K, and then I reached that 7K, and now phase 2 would be 14K, which I'm now 2K away from that. So obviously risk management plan is going to be risking 5% per trade. I'll probably even risk a little bit more, because I already got profits, and obviously I'm risking now have the leverage of 6K for me to play with. Those 6K I really don't mind losing, so that's why I'm gonna be more aggressive, more contract sizing, gonna take partials at 30 points with 1 con every single time, because as I said, and I mentioned I think on the previous video, or I mentioned on the Discord, having 30 point TP and TPing at least a partial there, my win rate goes through the roof. It also varies obviously on market conditions and how the market moves, but my win rate is very good. And when I TP at like 30 points established or like 20 points, obviously that's a winning day instead of getting a break even, because most of the times that I'm in a trade, it goes 20, 30 points and then it goes back to break even. And obviously I don't count break evens in the win rate, right? So gonna start doing that, but then I'm probably gonna go from 5 to 7 cons every trade, because as I said, I want to start risking more to make more, obviously. And I now have the leverage of 6K in my balance that I really don't mind losing, because it's 6K that I did not invest in, right? And obviously that's how growing little accounts works. It's basically growing an account, you need to utilize your profits, right? So especially when my profits are already double the account and double what I initially put in the account, obviously now I can start risking a lot more, and the pressure is a little bit gone, right? Obviously I started the challenge, I don't mind losing those 6K, So obviously the mental side of things is very good because, as I said, I'm not scared to enter a trade. I'm not scared to go aggressive in the market. I'm not scared to, if we wick a little bit like the trade that's showing right now. I caught that trade because I wasn't scared. Even like the trade was like fucking insane. Like the trade literally went like 20 points to the downside, and next candle literally pumped 30 points. And I started seeing how we started reacting, and because I'm not scared and I can risk more, I just clicked the button and obviously it worked. So yeah, pretty much now starts the good thing. I'm expecting this week to be a good week and expecting me to turn these 12k more or less, I'd say more or less to 40, 50k. So yep,